Hey everybody, welcome to episode 12 of PrimeTime Kitchen's How Tuesdays. I'm Jim. My wife's here.
Hi.
That's Tori. We're going to do chicken parmesan tonight, or chicken parm. Everybody knows, and it's always great to make chicken parm. It's real easy. A lot of people sometimes think that even those dishes are kind of difficult. This is like the easiest. And the reason why we're doing this, not only was it suggested on our Facebook page, which we love, and we're going to even do more of those recipes, and we appreciate all the interaction. Sorry, can't get to all of them. I know there were more than just chicken parm, but my vacation starts tomorrow at 11 o'clock, so guess what? Chicken parm is what you're getting. But we are going to make something cool. We're going to make a little flatbread with some really cool stuff we did today. I actually roasted off that pork belly that's sitting right in front of you today. We're going to make pork belly flatbread that's going to have arugula, pears, feta, and onion jam. And it is
delish.
Very, very good. As always, we have a drink tonight, and my wife is having the delicious decoy, which she seems to be addicted to. It's a great little Pinot Noir.
I love the decoy.
You get it at Sam's. It's like $19 a bottle. At Publix, like $25. A little up there on that price range a little bit, but it's a real good wine, and she only drinks like twice a week now. So, and I'm drinking like a really, what I understand is a relatively rare beer.
Let me see.
The guys over, my buddy Steve,
okay,
who's a great guy. Every third Thursday when we go to poker, he stops by and just drops me off a really cool rare beer. Mm-hmm. And it just so happens it happens to be from friends of ours. Lagunitas, we love those guys. And this is the Waldo's. I've never had it, and it's an 11.9.
Oh, you're gonna get sloppy.
Special ale, and what's special about it is right after you drink it, you sleep for 7 days. Actually, I won't throw that away. So we're drinking the Waldo tonight from Lagunitas. I want to remind you about a couple things, of course. Hey, we did whip up a cool trip to Savannah.
Yep.
And we're working with Layla Coe. She is absolutely awesome. We've probably been a giant pain in her ass, but this kind of came together quickly. We're trying to do a bus trip up to Savannah, Georgia. Layla is a booking agent for travel that does like special trips like that, primarily Europe. She kind of went out of her way and did this little thing for Savannah where we're doing the Savannah Food and Wine Fest. We're going to have a personal chef, and we're going to do a ghost tour and a picnic. It's actually kind of a cool trip. We got the price lowered some. I know that first price was a little much. If you go to our Facebook page, you'll be able to see all the information and the itinerary right there. And if you're interested, we do have a couple signed up. So if you're interested, we'll damn sure do it. It sounds like a blast, and it'll be a special time. I just want to make sure everybody gets their money's worth, and I think that Layla's put together a package that will kind of prove that maybe we're gonna do that. Also, of course, we would like you to share the video tonight after we get done cooking. Please share. That's how we can get as many viewers as possible. On Twitter, we're PTK Real Radio. On Instagram, it's just PrimeTime Kitchen. And of course, you know where we are on Facebook. You're watching us right now. So, we're going to do a little flatbread tonight. We're also going to do some chicken parm. And if you'll notice, before we got started, I had to cheat a little bit because of time, guys.
Yep.
So these are, I like to make my marinara, my red sauce, which is my simple red sauce I make for everything. These are oven roasted tomatoes, and this is how difficult this is. Core of the tomato, a little olive oil, right in the oven, 350 for about 40 minutes or so. The skins will peel right off, and you get that great kind of roasty flavor that caramelizes or kind of concentrates those sugars inside and gives you that great, deep, rich tomato flavor.
Yep.
We cheat a little bit. Now, also, these are two medium yellow onions.
Okay.
And they're sauteed down in butter. Now, why we did that is we're going to make a little onion jam. And that's what we're going to kind of use as the sauce of this cool flatbread. It's going to have our roast pork belly, arugula, feta, and some pears. We're going to do a little balsamic on top just to reinforce that sweetness. And think of all those flavors we have going. Savory with the pork, sweet with the balsamic and the onion, crunchy and peppery with the arugula, and salty and kind of creamy with the feta. This flatbread is that person's.
Mine.
That person.
That's me.
That's her favorite flatbread of all time. We make it for guests all the time. We're going to make it for you tonight. So let's have a little drink.
Little drink. Like and share us, guys.
Cheers, guys, and thanks for tuning in. We really appreciate it. Let's try this. I've never had it. Oh, that's delicious. It's kind of, think of a really hoppy, creamy, malty IPA that's really good. God, this is great. Almost have a creaminess of like an Abbey.
Okay. So, can you tell them again what we're having tonight before we get started?
All right, we're going to do chicken parm.
Okay.
Over fettuccine. Going to do it in a bowl. We're going to make our own marinara with some fire roasted tomatoes, some fresh garlic,
yep,
some onion. And a lot of people mystify the red sauce. and for great reasons. There are some really, really good ones, but I will tell you, I've tasted some extremely good ones that don't take 3 days to make. This is one we're going to make. Literally, you can make this in the food processor.
Right.
That's how easy it is. But we're just going to make it right here in our old pot. We're going to hit it with our immersion blender. And if you don't have one of those, you can throw it in your blender or in your food processor, or just break it down with a potato masher.
Okay.
Any way you get it down. We're going to make it a little fine tonight. I know a lot of people like to leave theirs chunky. So
Carol Dunn from P-Town said, hey.
Oh, is that my P-Town?
Yeah.
What up?
I guess. She said P-Town.
My God, this
That's
beer.
the only P-Town I know.
This beer is insane. This beer is like chugging Robitussin. Like if it was good. Thanks, Lagunitas. Great beer. All right, let's roll out some bread real quick.
Okay.
And get this flatbread going a little bit. Because believe it or not.
So what is this? So did you buy this at Publix?
I did, yeah.
Okay, so you got it in the bakery, right? In the bakery section?
Yeah.
And then you pull it out of the bag that it comes in, and you let it rise.
Room temp. Just like you let it get to room temperature. That way, it's not. When you go to spread it out, it doesn't always come back together. It's not cold.
Yep.
When you get it at room temp, it has its elasticity. Oh, can you believe I got away with that word? And so it's actually, it's just better. And you can roll it thinner. Really flat bread, I want it to be a little crispy. I don't want it to be like a heavy bread for a pizza, right?
Right.
So basically, we're going to take a little all-purpose flour. Put it right here so we can see.
Move all that wine out of the way.
Right, no, that's fine. Yeah, they know. Tori.
It's fine.
They know. They understand. All right, so we're going to get our and you're right, this is Publix.
Hey, have you ever tried making beer yet?
Yeah, I have made beer. I made beer years ago, and I quit making beer because I didn't make good beer. I tried to make a nut brown ale, kind of like a Newcastle type thing.
Yeah, did it work out?
It did. You know what?
No, you're not a beer maker?
Well, I'm not.
You're not a dessert maker either. It takes finesse to do both of those.
You know, I think every show we should take a few minutes and tell people what I can't do.
Okay, well,
I think this is my new favorite segment.
1 beer, 2 dessert.
You know I was being sarcastic. You know, it's like I was kind of ragging on you a little bit. All right, let's roll this out. This is super easy.
Okay.
This is a rolling pin. Sometimes you can use a bowl. You can use a can of oatmeal. Honestly, anything. I've used jars and glasses and literally everything. So I want to work this a little bit. Just kind of get it where it stays in that kind of flatbread shape.
Okay.
You know, I'm not looking to get, that
the pizza shape.
Yeah, no, I don't really want that.
Right.
I'm more concerned with thickness right now than I am shape, to be honest with you, because flatbreads are cool because they look so artisan when you leave them in weird shapes. Also, if you guys don't have rolling pins, or if you think this is a little too much, believe it or not, Publix does sell this bread or this pizza dough already rolled out.
They do?
They do.
Why didn't you buy it?
Well, because I wanted to show them this.
Oh,
come on.
I needed to show them I knew how to do it.
That's not the idea of the show, baby. That's what we're kind of doing here. All right, so as you can see, we've made a fish.
Richard wants to know what happened to your line of cigars.
Oh, that's weird that he would say that. I think that we just kind of quit making them. We sold them all and didn't do it again because they kind of stopped advertising.
Yeah, it's true.
I mean, really, that's simple. Okay, so we're gonna actually pre-cook this a little bit, okay?
Okay.
Now, since I already have this olive oil open,
I am Daniel. Hey guys, if you're just joining us, do us a solid and like and share us, please.
Please. Is that Daniel Dennis?
It is Daniel Dennis.
Oh, what up, D-Money? Hey, by the way, had an unreal good time at Red Cypress with Tom and Dan this past Saturday.
Oh my God, the release party?
Yeah, it was great. We actually had
so much fun.
2 4-packs of the peanut butter chocolate porter with a little bit of coffee in there.
Yeah.
Those guys at Red Cypress know how to brew beer. They're good at it.
They do.
So we're going to cook that off. That's $3.50. We're going to do that. Just kind of, it'll give it a minute to brown.
Thanks for sharing, guys.
Because really, the rest of this flatbread thing is just us doing this onion jam.
Yep.
And then getting it going on top, and then be done.
Okay.
All right. This is our immersion blender. Hey, if you don't have one of these things.
Yeah, I was about to say, some people aren't fancy, but let's be honest, that was my little machine that I brought into this marriage 13, 14 years ago.
Tor.
You didn't own that.
Tor, listen.
And I don't even cook properly.
Tor. Come on, man. We know. Come on, man.
Go.
It's not just food. So we have our.
Oh my gosh.
We have our onions here. All right.
What are you doing?
Well,
It doesn't look like you're doing it
let's
properly.
roll the bowl's not shallow enough. Hold on, let's try another bowl. that's kind of that was a fail. All right, let's get our bowl here.
It kind of needs to be wet for you to do that,
Oh, it is.
right?
It's got tons of butter in it.
Oh, okay.
Really, that's all you want.
That works so much better.
No, it does. It's doing exactly what we want, which is slinging it all over my kitchen.
Somebody is putting the hate things, the hate faces, and the
Why would they
crying
do that?
faces. The crying and the hate.
Why would they do that? All right, that's fine, actually.
It doesn't matter.
Now, we would put a little bit of olive oil in there to kind of create the jam type thing.
Okay.
But we're not going to do that.
Okay.
Because we don't want that extra fat, and to be honest with you, we don't really need it. So we're going to set that aside. We're going to use that, and we're just going to spread it. And that's going to be our tomato sauce. By the way, if you've never caramelized onions, it couldn't get easier. Butter, low temperature, just let them cook. It's going to take like 30 or 40 minutes.
Okay.
Just get something to drink, man, and just kind of chill out.
Probably not 11%.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that is not positive.
So we're going to make a drinking game.
Are we?
Yeah.
And what is that going to be?
It's going to be when you say a word. I don't know. I got to pick a word. Maybe I'll put a word up at the beginning of the day on Tuesday.
Okay.
And then but it's secret, so you can't look.
This seems very confusing.
It is, because I'm making it up right now.
Right, and a little hammered.
It's fine.
It is fine.
So it'll be a drinking game. I don't know what it means. It means everybody at home has to drink every time you say a secret word, but I won't tell you what the word is.
Can I tell you? It sounds like you've already kind of won. You know?
Maybe. It's my birthday this weekend. I'm celebrating.
All right, so this is one large onion.
You just ignored that it was my birthday. Okay.
We planned an entire trip with like 1,000 friends for your birthday. You're not forgotten. You're gonna be fine. So we're making this for only a couple people.
Okay.
So we're just gonna use our fire roasted tomatoes. If you can see though, I do have a couple cans of diced tomatoes ready to go in case we need volume, because this really is when this cooks down, it's not gonna be a lot. And the cool thing about making this kind of sauce is you can do a bunch of tomatoes at once and throw it in gallon bags, throw it in the freezer, man, whenever you want some whatever pasta, just heat it up and it's ready to go. Honestly, it's really, really good. So we're not gonna use the entire onion here because this is a lot.
Yep.
So we're gonna use about half of this one.
Okay. Happy birthday, Chris.
There you go. We'll call that good.
Is that good?
We are gonna use all this garlic there.
Yeah, you are.
This is like too much garlic. I'm just telling you straight up.
It is not.
It is, and you know it is.
It's not.
And
never too much garlic.
Listen, if you guys want some really cool flavor while you're cooking your tomatoes on your pan, declove, just kind of take it out of this form and put it in cloves, but don't peel it. Toss it in olive oil and salt and put it on that same roasting pan for about 15 minutes, and you have roasted garlic, and you can literally squeeze it right out of the husks into your sauce. It gives you, again, a more rich garlicky flavor than that sharp kind of raw garlic.
It is.
So we actually like our garlic a little rough in our tomato sauce because it's going to get broken down a little bit by the immersion blender, so we don't have to really worry about that so much.
Yep. So tonight we're making
chicken parm.
Chicken parm, but we're making a flatbread beforehand.
Yeah, we're going to make a flatbread.
To give me something to munch on.
Now, I'm cheating a little bit. Listen, you don't have to do... This is pork belly because I had one and I wanted to cook it.
Yep.
Guys, prosciutto. I always forget this ham name. Like even tasso, even though it's more of a Cajun type thing, it'll work on this. Bacon works on it. So any savory meat is going to work great on this.
Okay.
Because we're going to get good salt from this feta. Oh, God, this beer is delish.
Got you.
All right.
Okay. What's the beer name again? Hold on. Where'd you put the bottle?
It's Waldo.
It's Waldo's.
Waldo's.
Lagunitas.
Yep, Lagunitas Brewery.
Chirino ham. Lori Lawrence is telling you.
Oh, what? Oh, yeah. The Serrano you can do, I guess?
Serene. Is it
Serrano?
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 Serrano. It's Serena right now.
Right. Serena!
Get your ass in the house.
We have some water boiling. A lot of people... I was like, that was not planned. We boil our water with some salt. You always salt your water, and there is no secret. We're using this fresh pasta. Everybody's saying this Buitoni or whatever the hell it is. I like this because it cooks in 2 minutes. And it's
Sereno and Buitoni.
It's got a good tooth.
That's a radio.
Stop.
It's a radio show.
In the morning. All right, so olive oil in, onion, garlic. We have some fresh basil here, and you're going to see how simple this is. Guys, you're going to trip at how easy this is.
Yep.
So we want to get our sauce cooking, because once our sauce is simmering, it can just cook. It doesn't matter. And there is one secret ingredient tonight. It's the same exact ingredient I use to win all those stupid chili contests. And I'll tell you why I use it in 3, 2.
Okay, so how did you cook this? The pork.
So that's a pork belly. You can get it, if you're over here on this side of town, get it at Petty's.
Okay.
If you're ever by the coast and it's faster, go over to Wassey's Meats in Melbourne. They have them as well. Thanks, guys, by the way. Thanks to those guys for the great sponsorship. And but basically, it's a big slab of bacon that isn't smoked. So you roll it out, and season it, score the fat top, season it, and let it sit overnight. Roast it in the oven at like 325 for about 2 hours.
Okay.
And then the last few minutes, turn the oven heat way up to crisp the skin up. And then take it out and let it rest for about 30 minutes. And then just slice it thin. And it's just the most delicious pork. By the way, this is coming soon, maybe. This is maybe our first foray into the...
It is. It was so good.
Into the rub world. That's kind of what a sweet heat type thing.
Yeah.
So sweet hot.
Yeah.
And it turned out to be really, really, really good. I made 2 batches of it, and I just made a chicken breast for my daughter today with it, and she absolutely loved it. That's what we did with our pork.
They want me to use the word again because that's all you say all the time.
I say again?
Ugh.
Do I really?
Yes. I'm just kidding. I don't know. Apparently that's how you start your sentences.
Oh, yeah, go again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like you're telling somebody again all of your knowledge. We get so tired of hearing it.
And who's we?
Me and everybody that's
Me
listening.
and all your personalities? Oh, are they bad? You want a piece of Parm, honey?
Yes. Okay, so any questions? Thank you.
We're going to do our onions first.
How many bottles are you in?
How many bottles of that beer? There is no bottles of that beer, dude.
It is a bottle.
Yeah, what I'm saying is, but there's no bottles. You don't drink bottles of that. It's like 12% alcohol, man.
Yeah, it's too much.
So this is a sipping beer, but it is delicious. And I can already feel warm, like I've had a toddy of whiskey and lemon.
Laura, we are making chicken parm and we are making a flatbread.
Yeah, I just checked it. It's fine.
Okay.
So we're just kind of pre-cooking our flatbread a little bit, get it some brown, because really when we put this thing back in the oven, we're just kind of setting the onions and the feta and...
Neil is busting on me as I'm reading this. He goes, "Don't worry, Jim. Someone uses K too much." Because I say, okay.
Do you really say that? Is that dismissal thing you do to me?
No, I'm
looking
saying
you in your
I'm
eyes.
agreeing with what you're doing.
Are we going to do this on this
Cooking.
broadcast right now? Is that what's happening?
We can.
All right. That's fine.
I will flip this bitch around.
I'm going to get a Walmart on your head. All right, so flatbread is kind of going to, like I said, basically we just want to kind of firm it up, get a little color on top.
Yeah.
We're going to smear this onion jam on. We're going to throw on this great pork belly. We're going to put that fat in there. We're going to put it in the oven. We're going to come out and we're going to slice these beautiful organic pears and put them on top with some arugula. And this thing, I'm telling you guys, this is one of the coolest little flatbreads. And it is flatbread. That was my dealing name when I was in when I lived in Pine Hills. I was Fatbread. That was my yo man.
Okay, Tom said don't mess with chicken parm too much. It's a classic. So don't try to put your extra stuff on it like you always try to do.
No. We're making classic chicken parm. And tell him to get out of my ass. Like, what have I done to that guy?
Can we use the naan bread from the bakery for their flatbread?
We can. Honestly, the last time we made this, we bought those little ones in the package, just like real crisp little flatbreads. So we didn't have to pre-cook it. But this is kind of cool because this bread is really good when you get it good and crispy. That bread is great too. I mean, really, it was pretty darn good. But I almost bought the naan for tonight, but I wanted to roll the bread out.
You had to show us that you are so good at rolling dough out. So Nicole's having Publix rotisserie chicken and instant potatoes. Chicken.
And instant potatoes?
Yeah.
Who's Nicole? Nicole, do we know Nicole?
We do. I work with Nicole.
Oh man. You got to mix your diet up, kid.
Hey, Dean wants us to go on location at the Walmart in Castleberry.
All right.
That'll be fun.
Well, that's a great suggestion, Dean. Let me see what we can do about that, and then we'll get back with you.
Fat bread is better than flat bread.
Fat bread is better than flat bread. All right.
Okay, Lori said Publix has whole wheat 5-grain pizza dough, too.
They do. Yep, they do. That's their other choice. And I've never had it. So, I mean, I don't know if it's good or not. This dough's okay. I mean, it's not the best I've ever had. And but it's a solid dough, and it's a fresh dough, and you don't have to make it. I mean, making pizza dough is kind of a pain in the ass, to be honest with you. I'm not a gigantic fan of doing it. To be honest with you, I'm not that good at it.
Hey, did you ever do it on the egg?
Yeah, I actually have done it on the egg. And the egg is real tricky like that because you have to kind of control the heat but it's the best to char the bread first, and then even if you just char the bread so it has that flavor, and then bring it in.
Yeah, exactly. It's
Game
good.
over.
It's good.
Game over.
So what are you doing?
We're sauteing these onions down.
Okay.
We still have our water going, ready to go with our pasta.
Yeah, we're sweating the onions, correct?
Whatever. Yeah, just sauteing them down. Okay. Trying to get them translucent.
Yeah.
Are you trying to get sexy with me right now?
Again.
Right.
Okay.
Ooh.
How's the bread look?
The bread's good.
Yeah.
Yeah, the cool. I mean, so you can see.
Okay.
So the tips of these bubbles are starting to kind of brown a little bit.
The tips are browning. All right.
A little bit more.
Yep.
And then we'll let that cool off. And then we'll build that bread up and let we have something to eat while we wait on the sauce.
All right.
Guys, if you like what we're doing tonight, like and share. We're making chicken parm here at PrimeTime Kitchen's How Tuesdays. We're doing a fire-roasted, in-house made marinara. Now, of course, you can buy the jar. If you don't want to do this, I'll show you how to make the chicken. Just buy your mozzarella and do it like you do it. I wanted to make my own marinara tonight because it's kind of a good habit to get into.
Yeah.
And you'll, like my chilies, you slowly get really, really, really good at it. You just kind of feel how it's supposed to taste. And that's why I love this sauce, because it's one of those homemade things. It's really super simple, and it does make a gigantic difference when you make your own red sauce. So we had our onions going. We're going to get this garlic in.
Okay. So what's your thoughts on ceramic knives versus steel?
I am not a gigantic fan of ceramic knives. And I was actually gifted one by the good people over at the Chef Pat over at the Publix Apron School.
Yeah.
And he gifted me one of those things, and it was great for a little bit. I mean, it was really, really sharp.
Yeah.
But it didn't say sharp long for me, and I couldn't get it to I couldn't hone it back up like I can this steel.
Oh, I see.
These shoe knives, man, they're like right before we get started every night, I give them a good sharpening, and I mean, they stay everything from pork belly to tomato to cheese. You know, it does a really good job for me. We love those knives. I mean, they got that at Wassie's, and I can't say enough about them. I mean, they're extremely good.
So Amy wants to know if you'll cater her wedding.
I will not. I wouldn't want it to be a disaster. We are going to be out and around kind of a little bit, aren't we? I know Millennium 106, we're going to do our next PTK Live, and I'm super excited about that because Bruno, you should search Chef Bruno in Orlando and check out the accolades. He's got a really neat spot doing some super good, cool, great-looking dishes for not like big-time prices. So you can get a really unique chef-driven dish for $18, and it's unreal, like type thing. Plus, he has some of the best oysters in the city of Orlando, and we're going to do PrimeTime Kitchen there, and he's bringing some really neat stuff we haven't done yet. So I know one item is going to have on his menu that I really am going to challenge you guys to like it, because I've never even tried it. I'm not going to tell you what it is, but when we post that menu, take a gander. It's going to be one of the better ones. I'm really excited.
So can you show them how you sharpen a knife?
Well, yeah, I just take my sharpening steel. Now, a lot of people say this is sharpening stone, this is steel, and really what happens is this. We've said this before. The knife doesn't like dull like a lot of people think, like it gets round. Actually, what happens is if your blade is like this, over cutting and stuff, you'll get the tips or the edge of the blade will actually bend a little bit, and that creates what you think is dull. And this straightening steel really is just basically you're realigning the steel in the knife. And they say, I think it's like straight up, then down, then that. So it's like 17.5 degrees or something. And you just kind of learn how to hold your hand after a while when you have it in your hand. A lot of guys will kind of do it like this, and the chefs will kind of do it like that. But they have really big ones.
Right.
Like you go backstage at like Texas Day Brazil or Fogo de Chão.
Yeah.
And those guys have these giant, they're doing it real slow, and they're all standing around. It's actually really cool. But I like to just kind of pull mine like this, and then kind of create that same angle.
That's cool.
There you go.
Shane said you need to check the oven, buddy.
Shane's right. Hey, thanks, Shane. Saved my ass there. I appreciate that. Look at our cool little flatbread there. So we're gonna let that cool for a second, and believe it or not,
Okay.
Man, once we I tell you what, once we get our tomatoes in here,
Yep.
we can get this going and saute. I'll cook these down a little bit more. Look at our onions. I wish you could smell this.
Yeah, it's amazing.
just amazing. It's really good stuff.
It's just amazing. I cook amazing.
It's just really amazing. All right, so we're gonna chop these tomatoes up, and we're gonna get them in the pan because we're kind of ready to go. So just a rough chop, because here's the thing. What are we doing to these later? We're hitting them with this immersion blender, and just gonna basically turn them into nothing. So I don't mind if they're in that position. So we're gonna get that right in.
Okay.
And these things are going to sweat out all the water. We already got some of the water out from the cooking process, which we can actually
pour in there?
Yeah.
Okay.
You can already hear that kind of breaking down with that water. And you're going to, I mean, it's going to look just like exactly like you think, like a bunch of tomatoes, onions, and garlic. But what happens, it'll start cooking down, and you'll really see the difference. So let's get I want to get a couple more cans of tomatoes in there.
Okay.
So we did our fire roasted. That'll give us our fire roasted flavor. And these are basically for volume. And these are just hunts.
It's a filler.
These are just hunts because I just went to Publix.
So they got a little nervous when you started sharpening the blade towards you after your 12% alcohol.
Oh, yeah, no, I'm fine. Yeah. Alcoholism took care of that whole tolerance thing, so we're going to be fine.
John said that he's going to come over and do our dishes if you can give him some food.
Oh, well, tell him thank you very much for the offer. I appreciate it. Now you can see, Tori.
Yep.
We have a good blend of like a good ratio now.
Okay, I'm going to come on this side. They like when I come over here.
All right. A little bit of salt. And our secret ingredient is this. You can just keep the camera right there.
Yep.
So I got this from the guys over at Cisco, and this is basically a red wine syrup. So basically this is just a bunch of red wine cooked down into a reduction, much like you hear about balsamic.
Yeah.
Think about balsamic with red wine. This is what I use to provide not only that great rich flavor that red wine has when it hits tomato, this also gives me the sweetness I need to reduce the acidity of these tomatoes.
Okay. So
my theory always was, like, I'm going to add sugar, which when you make tomato sauce, you're going to put some sugar in there, kind of take the acidity away from the tomatoes. Not too much, of course. You don't want it like sweet, but it does reduce that.
Okay.
Why not add flavor while doing that? So when I came up with that idea, that's how I get that great rich tomato flavor in my chili. So if you guys ever wanted to know what wins those chili contests, believe it or not, it's this Dracula blood, because that's exactly, look at this, I'll put some of this, I'll put a little on that plate.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy.
So we only put about a teaspoon, believe it or not. Yeah. And it looks like balsamic, but I promise you it's red wine, and it does not take much.
Holy cow.
Yeah, that's crazy, isn't it? Mm-hmm. So that's, if you guys want to make great chili, you can do all those tricks and all that stuff, but I'm telling you straight up, the magic, that 1 tablespoon of that stuff.
Where'd you get it?
Anything from the guys over at Cisco. They're just fans. They send over a big basket of spices and stuff, and I've had that for like 4 years because it doesn't take much. I think it's kind of expensive. Like that may be like $15 or $16, but it will literally
forever.
Oh, I mean, seriously, as long as you want it to last, it'll last.
Yeah.
All right, so our tomato sauce, we have it down. We're going to turn it down and just let it simmer. We're going to add a little stock. Now, I want to tell you something real quick that's important. Stay right there.
Okay.
A little bit of tomato paste. Now, we have to add a little bit of liquid to this because we're going to simmer it out. We're going to create some more flavor depth. There's 2 ways to do this. If you want to keep this a vegetarian sauce, and I know my man Tom Van and Crystal Van and the Vans from Tom and Dan, she is a vegetarian. So when you'd make this sauce for her, and I have made this sauce for her before, what you want to do is not use chicken stock, but use vegetable stock. That's it. That's the only difference. We're going to use a little bit of chicken stock in our sauce tonight because once that chicken stock starts cooking out, we're going to kind of leave that great, rich, kind of protein chicken flavor, and it's going to be great. We're just going to let that simmer for a little bit, okay?
Okay, what is the red wine reduction called?
I can't read it. It's just called Red Fort or Red Port.
It's port.
Yep. Culinary tenfold wine reduction.
Okay.
So it's basically just for the culinary industry.
Sure.
But screw those guys. We can have it too.
We stole it.
Right. We get to play too. So what do you say we build this flatbread, huh?
Ooh, let's do it.
We'll do it right here.
You're doing it over here?
Yeah, we'll do it right here for the guys.
Okay.
So we have our flatbread.
Yep.
And we're going to use our pan again. So just like I said before, while that's simmering, we'll do our chicken breast in a second. The chicken breast will be scale. We're going to take this onion jam. We are going to add a little bit of that, Tori.
Charita, he got it from Cisco, from somebody at Cisco. They just gave him like a basket or whatever, and that was in it, and it was amazing. I'm sure you can find it online.
Yeah, you can. I mean, you'll be able to find it. So we're going to add a little bit of olive oil. You can see where that kind of jams that up a little bit, maybe a little bit more.
A little bit more.
Yeah, a little bit more.
A little dry. A little dry.
And this, instead of using tomato-based sauce, we're using this onion-based onion jam. And that's how you hear the jam and bacon jam and all this other stuff. Seriously, guys, you want to make a quick bacon jam? Just cook some bacon and put it in this and throw it in your food processor, and you basically have bacon jam.
Right,
awesome.
right.
So we have our onion jam.
Okay.
Which is just simply onions reduced down in butter. And we're going to use this as the base to this little flatbread. You can see already we have this beautiful, unique color. And I will tell you straight up, guys, this stuff I'm spreading is just gold. You just can't can't beat it. It's just so good. Now, let's get our pork belly.
That you made earlier.
Yes. We'll just cut it right here so everybody can see.
Okay.
So this is pork belly, so it's basically a slab of bacon. We're going to cut it real thin. I'm drag our knife right down. We're going to, look at that, just fold right up and look at that, beautiful. And these little pieces at the bottom are like crispy, like little bacon potato chips. So we don't need a whole bunch. And a lot of guys will cube this up. We're not doing that. We're just going to use these strips.
You're going to put it on strips?
Yeah,
okay.
yeah. I think that's enough.
Cool.
We want to get that fat cap off of this because although we don't mind that crunch, we don't want it right now. We want to bite into this and just get this beautiful, rich pork flavor that this belly is going to give us.
Okay.
And I'm going to cut it in edible pieces.
I just said K. Sorry, guys.
Yeah, there you go. Oh, that, guys, I'm telling you that right there.
I need a piece of this too.
That's meat candy.
Oh my Lord.
That ain't nothing but meat candy.
You're right.
Sauce is simmering down real nice. So.
It is very moist.
So we have our feta.
Okay. Oh, okay. I don't know what else to say besides that.
It's okay. I didn't even mean to do that. And we're going to have these pears. These are organic pears. I wish I could remember which one it was.
So again, guys, we are putting together a flatbread, which is made of what?
This is onion jam.
Yeah.
We just sauteed a bunch of onions down in some butter until they turn brown, real low heat for a long time. Be patient. Then when you get done, put it in a food processor with olive oil until you get that consistency you like a jelly. Then use that as a spread on anything. Seriously, we're going to use it as like our tomato sauce in this flatbread. So we're going to take that.
Aw, thanks, Neil.
We're going to put our pork belly.
Neil said he can listen to me say K all night.
Oh, that's, you guys, a little creepy. Neil, I know.
It's not Neil.
Okay. So we have our, that's our pork belly.
Thanks, Nikki.
A little bit of our feta.
Yes.
Okay.
Ah, you said K. That's my line. That's my line.
This is getting complicated.
It is.
All right, so let's get this right back onto our making our oven.
So
we're just gonna set that feta and then warm everything else because the arugula and the pears are gonna go on at the very end.
Cool. Right.
And they're gonna be a little cool. So we're gonna get a lot of different texture mixes here as well.
Okay.
And if you guys don't know what arugula is, it's just like a little green.
A little bitter.
Yeah, you see it as a garnish a lot and salads, but it has this beautiful peppery, really super peppery flavor. And you should cook with this because this is a way to get great flavor in dishes without adding fat. Because let me tell you what, this in right abundance will light you up a little bit. It's good stuff.
It is good stuff.
So
Dan, we are having chicken parm tonight, but right now, before we make that, we are making a flatbread made of pork belly, onion jam,
pears,
feta, and pears.
And we're gonna do a little balsamic at the end. And we have some crispy pork belly on there too.
Yeah, so good. I said that.
This is Italian breadcrumbs.
Again, you're not listening to me.
Again. We need some eggs. How's everybody doing out there tonight? Everybody having
Everybody's having an awesome time.
an awesome summer?
They're busy sharing and liking us.
Well, that's so sweet.
For real.
We love them so much. They're gonna love this dish.
PT said, tell us the story how you met in a bar.
Like in Mexico,
Something like that.
Cheers, baby.
Cheers. Mine's a little empty. Nobody's.
Tori, you've had half a bottle of wine.
It's fine.
Is it?
Only because I'm holding this steady.
The first step is admitting.
Tuesday night, I am an alcoholic. Outside of that, I'm good.
The first step is admitting, baby.
Yeah? I need to come over here.
Yeah.
It hasn't been a half a bottle.
What?
Not a half. Like, what are we measuring? Are you measuring the neck as the same volume as the body? I don't think so, buddy. You can't do that.
I truthfully have... Is there a little pin there? I can't...
You can't see. Let me see. You're gonna... He's gonna cut his hand open eventually one of these days.
Tomato paste. Probably about a tablespoon.
Yeah, they're not judging me. Why are you judging me?
Why is it every time we do this show it's like therapy? Tell me that. Why is it? And Kim, better? It's therapy that never works.
Brandon said that was super dangerous.
What was?
How you open that.
It may have been. Look, I'm not a professional. I don't have to abide by the rules. I'm an enthusiast. We've gone over this.
Mike said you just have to turn the cap around and it'll open it. Let me look.
Tori, you're judging right now.
Oh, yeah.
Tori.
Totally.
Tori.
Look. It's got a poker in there.
Stop. I had a poker. I didn't need that one. Although I do appreciate their thoughts. They're greatly appreciated. I didn't want their poker. I wanted to show the world that I knew how to almost cut my hand.
Okay.
And there's nothing wrong with that. All right, so let's do this. We're going to make a little egg wash.
Katie said it's totally therapy, and the woman's always right. I agree, Katie.
Right. So we're going to make a little egg wash. You guys know what egg wash is, right?
Nope. What is it?
Yeah. So it's a milk and an egg. Stir it up.
Jeremy said, Jimmy's eyes said, I'm getting some tonight.
Did he? Is he? Okay, that's hot. Watch out. You're in my way. Seriously.
Oh my gosh.
Seriously.
I have the camera in my hand. What do you want me to do?
Seriously. You are so in my way. By the way, when we went over to Enbridge to go scalloping, Tori stopped in this little shanty of a vegetable store.
Yeah.
And bought this block of Amish butter. And I have to tell you, as much as I ragged on her, oh, it's good.
It's so good.
So we're going to throw a little basil in this sauce now.
Tracy said the top of our refrigerator is dusty.
What is it? Let me tell you what.
She's joking.
That's a conviction of you. Because you knew it last week. You got called out about it last week and did nothing to make that better. Nothing.
Is that my job? My job is to clean.
Part of your job is to clean this house. Look, I talked about it on the air this morning.
Oh my God, get out of here.
I'm dead serious.
Cut your basil and shut your mouth. Tracy said, oh no, I'm sorry, I was looking at mine.
So we're going to do some basil in there. And we're going to do a little dry oregano. I like dry oregano. People are like, you should use fresh. I like dry oregano. Gives you a good flavor. So we're going to put that in there, let that cook.
I know you were teasing Tracy. There's no sensitivity in this house.
No.
For sure.
There's no room in there at all. If you see your sauce when you're cooking it start to get a little too thick, just keep adding a little stock to it. And you can literally cook that as long as you want, almost.
Lori, everybody's making excuses as to why I have not cleaned the top of the refrigerator. Lori's like,
why would they make excuses for you? Oh, come on with that.
She can't reach it.
Come on with that. Everybody, if you use that, you're a bad person.
Oh, Lori, you're a bad person.
No, I'm talking to you. I don't know, Lori.
Okay, so what are we making tonight again?
We got this flatbread coming, and I don't even want to give it to you now because you're not being very cool.
Well, you're being irrational.
Okay.
Daniel said you should be cleaning right now, Tori. I'm with Jimmy.
You're right. Thanks, Dan Lee. Appreciate it. That's a man that knows how to run a house. Oh, tell me I'm out of that. Oh my gosh, if I'm out of that, I'm gonna go crazy.
Aw, who didn't prepare? You have one job on a Tuesday night and you didn't prepare?
Tori?
What's wrong? You don't have any...
You lose! You lose! Alright. Arugula?
I agree, Ron. Everybody's refrigerator top's dusty. Y'all go check.
So we're gonna do let's cut our pears like this. Stack them up.
I kind of like mine a little thicker, but that's okay.
Yeah, well, it's gonna have to be. So we have, these are these beautiful organic pears, and they are super tasty. And they're sweet, but not too sweet. And let me tell you what, pears, apples, you guys know, with pork, it's an absolute win-win scenario. These things are literally custom built for each other.
Yep.
So we have that.
So good.
So we have some little arugula here.
A little bit of arugula.
All right.
They put more on at the Italian restaurant.
They may.
They do.
And we're going to finish it off with a little... And I'm telling you that there, my guys, that is a wiener.
A wiener?
That is a wiener. We would usually... do I want to plate that?
No, you want to cut a piece and hand it to me.
Do I really?
You do.
Wow, after being so nice to me this entire broadcast, that's what I should do?
I am nice. What are you talking about?
Insanity.
Jason said, heard that about you, Tori. Are you talking crap about me on the air?
Probably. So we do a little butter and olive oil mix to fry our chicken. All right.
Yep.
And the reason why is because butter browns. Butter gives us that beautiful golden color, and the olive oil raises the butter's burn temp, so we get best of both worlds.
Yep.
My cooking, my area, is so bad. I would never ever be able to work in a real restaurant. Not in a million years.
You're a slob. All I do is clean this house.
Right. All you do is clean. You must get so sick of cleaning. Okay, so.
What was that you put on top of that arugula? Because you were super excited that you found it, but you didn't explain what it was.
It's just a balsamic glaze.
Can I see it?
It's a little. It gets a little. Did you get it at Publix?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean.
Okay. Nobody's judging you by your balsamic glaze.
I have to tell you.
You kind of act like you're being judged.
Okay, so with chicken parm, the whole idea of getting the chicken is we want to get it thin and cook it little, just kind of crisp it up and brown it in the pan. We're not going in the oven with this until we put the cheese on it. So we're gonna softly. We don't want it to break apart. Gonna pound these things down to about a 1/4 inch thin. Also, that will allow the chicken to cook all at once.
Evenly.
Evenly, and that way we don't have any issues with getting some pink areas when we get the rest of the chicken done.